Hey yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Crunch Time back with another video. Yeah, daily uploads. That did not last very long at all. And I'm sorry for that. I've just had a bunch of schoolwork. I'm still in school. I've got to do that. And I've had just other things going on in my life that have taken my attention away from this momentarily. But I'm back and I don't know if I can promise daily uploads, but I will try and upload as much as possible. As for my ranking videos, I think I'll be doing those on the weekends from now on because that's just when I have the most time, and those take they take more time than, say, a video like this where I just sit down, record. It's not scripted, not planned out really, and I just say what I have to say, So I'll be doing these kind of reactionary videos more during the week, but enough of that. We're reacting to simple NBA trades that could change everything by my boy Zach Buckley. And I hope Zach doesn't let us down. After reading that title, I'm expecting some fire trades. But before we get into the video, I would like to remind you to leave a like and subscribe. But only if you feel like it. I can't make you do anything. I'm just a guy making YouTube videos. But what I will say is we're dropping bangers not every day now, but we're dropping bangers whenever I do upload, and you won't want to miss it, I guarantee you that. Anyways, let's get into this article. First trade. Let's read the introduction. One trade can change NBA. It's self-explanatory. You get the gist. Miami adds Victor Oladipo. Now, this is a trade I have been seeing quite a bit, and I don't know. For the Pacers, Victor Oladipo, getting rid of him, I'm not sure where they stand on that. I think that Victor Oladipo might be able to come back, and I don't think he'll ever reach the player he once was, before his whole injury. I don't even know what injury it was, but the injury that sidelined him for most of, was it 2 seasons ago now? I don't know if he'll ever reach his peak. And when he came back from his injury, he wasn't looking good. So I think Indiana might want to move on from him. He is a player that's being shopped around a lot. He's a player that nobody really knows where he'll end up. But his fit on Miami, I think it's a match made in heaven. Even if he doesn't reach what he once was, I think the player he is, he's a great defender. I think the culture fits him great. They have a defensive culture there. I think he would just be a really good piece. Would he be the piece that pushes them to a championship? Why did I say it like that? To a championship? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. This was a team that was just in the finals last year, but remember, the Bucks are probably going to make some moves this offseason. So I would be looking out for them. The Nets are going to be back next season with Kyrie and KD. And I'm not going to discredit their performance in the playoffs this year. It was a spectacular run. But I just don't know. Let's see who they'd be giving away. Kendrick Nunn. I think they'd be fine moving away from Kendrick Nunn, Andre Iguodala, and KZ Okpala. I think that's a decent package for Victor Oladipo. I don't know if any other team would be willing to give up more than that. For Victor Oladipo, especially with his stock at an all-time low. As I said, great fit. I don't know if it would get them the championship because the league will be ultra competitive next year, as competitive as it's ever been. So I'm not sure. And on Indiana's side, Kendrick Nunn, I don't know. I don't know if you just keep Oladipo at that point, if that's your best trade option, but I don't know. It would definitely be interesting to see. That's what I'll say. Ooh, we have this nice dandy next button. Get off. No free advertisements here. Anyways, Denver wins Drew Holiday sweepstakes. Let's see. The Denver Nuggets receive Drew Holiday. New Orleans receive Gary Harris, Bol, PJ Dozier, 2022 first round pick, and 2024 first round pick. Now let's talk about, would that be enough to get Drew Holiday? The Pelicans are definitely shopping Drew Holiday right now. He's a great player, and I feel like he's kind of their glue guy. Him and JJ Redick are definitely like the mentors on that team, but they just don't fit the Pelicans' timeline very well. So I think that trading Drew Holiday, maybe even JJ Redick, I'm not sure, but definitely Drew Holiday is someone whose stock is pretty high, who you could get a decent return for, and I think that definitely if you gave up Drew Holiday, this package would be pretty satisfactory, especially getting Bol Bol. I know Gary Harris is also in that package, and he's a solid piece as well, but Bol Bol I feel like is really the highlight of this trade package. And if they got Bol Bol in this trade, what would their lineup be looking like? It'll be looking something like Lonzo, JJ Redick, Brandon Ingram, Zion, and Bol Bol. And I'm personally a guy who's super high on Bol Bol. I think his potential is limitless. And if we saw Bol Bol on the Pelicans, they weren't they weren't a playoff team this year. Sorry. I think if they do this trade, they will be a playoff team. Probably still 7th, 6th seed at highest, I'm saying. If everything goes well with this trade, I think 6th seed is the highest they can really do, because the Western Conference is just so competitive. But that lineup would be dangerous, man. They're super young. They've got limitless potential, tons of room to grow, and they are definitely in a compete now mode. Definitely not a championship contender, I'd say, but they're definitely going to be up there, at least competing with some of the better teams of the Western Conference. And like I said, they'd definitely improve tremendously. This trade, I'm a fan of. If you're going to give away Drew Holiday for anything, I think this trade will be what you want to give him up for. So I'm definitely a fan of this trade. Next one, Blake Griffin to Golden State. If y'all don't know, I'm a Warriors fan. Let's see what the trade package is. Warriors receive Blake Griffin and number 7 pick. Detroit received Andrew Wiggins and number 2 pick. Right off rip. I mean, I don't know if you all could tell from the way I reacted to even reading the title, even reading the concept of the trade, but right off rip, I'm saying no, man. Honestly, what? You get Blake Griffin and Andrew Wiggins swapping to massive contracts, swapping to... I'm not going to say... Actually, yeah, I'm going to say Blake Griffin's overpaid. When he's healthy, he's definitely one of the best players in the league, but he just can't stay healthy, and I would not trust him to stay healthy at all, especially trading Andrew Wiggins, he's still relatively young, and he's not very injury prone, at least compared to Blake Griffin. I wouldn't do this trade. And then we're also moving down in the draft. I don't think there's much to say about this. It would definitely put us in a win now mode, and with that number 7 pick, there's still some players that could come in and we could draft and could come in and contribute. But trading Andrew Wiggins, who's still relatively young, for an old Blake Griffin who can't stay healthy, and we're trading down in the draft, I don't like it at all. No, I'm saying no to that one. Got no free advertisements here. Phoenix makes push for CP3. Ooh, CP3 to Phoenix. Suns receive Chris Paul. Oklahoma City Thunder receive Ricky Rubio and Kelly Oubre. I say no to this trade too. I think definitely Chris Paul. It would be interesting to see him in Phoenix, to say the least, but he's someone that doesn't fit their timeline. They're still a really young team. He doesn't fit their timeline, and despite how great of a season he's had, we don't know if this is just the exception or this is just a spectacular season before he starts declining. He is 34, going on 35 years old, something like that. So. And he's still receiving a massive contract. He's receiving, $40 million plus for the next 2 seasons. So you get a lot more expensive right there. And for an aging Chris Paul, an aging point guard who, I don't like the fit either. I'm not a big fan of this trade, especially since you're trading one of your young pieces in Kelly Oubre, who I'm super high on. He can still become like he can become a really good player in this league, I feel like. And next to Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton and that whole Phoenix franchise, I think they can really do something special if they keep Kelly Oubre. And Ricky Rubio is still a decent piece for them. I think they should maybe shop him. He is getting up there in age, but I wouldn't do this trade if I was Phoenix. If I was OKC, I would do this in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, Kelly Oubre next to Shea, Gallinari, Lou Dort. They could do something really special there. But if I'm Phoenix, I'm saying no. Trade 5 out of 5. Boston gets Gobert. Hayward returns to Utah. Now, seeing Hayward return to Utah, that would be something special. Let's see what Boston would receive. They'd receive Rudy Gobert, Ed Davis, and Miye Oni. I hope I'm saying that right. I doubt I'm saying that right. Utah received Gordon Hayward, Daniel Tice, number 14 pick from Memphis, number 26 pick, and 2023 first round pick, top 3 protected. So basically Gordon Hayward, Daniel Tice, and a bunch of first round picks. Ooh, this is definitely a more interesting trade. Oh god. Okay, let's come at it from Boston's perspective. Do you want to trade Gordon Hayward and Daniel Tice? Daniel Tice was decent for them in the playoffs, honestly. Gordon Hayward was obviously injured for a lot of the playoffs, but when he came back, he was looking pretty decent at least, right? He didn't put up monster stats or anything like that. I don't think he'll ever become the Hayward that we once knew, but I feel like he is kind of their glue guy a bit. And he's kind of the piece that kind of maybe pushes them over the top and makes them really makes them a championship contender. So would I want to part ways with Gordon Hayward? He is injury prone. He is kind of receiving a bag. I don't know, especially for Rudy Gobert, who isn't he coming up in free agency? Isn't he in this free agency class? So I'm assuming a sign-in trade of some sort. Gobert's gonna want the max, and I don't know any team that would want to give Gobert the max, and I don't think any team really should give Gobert the max. I don't think he's that kind of player. So they get a lot more expensive, I think, and they get a lot of picks. Oh no, they're giving away some picks, but so they basically just get rid of Gobert. I wouldn't do that trade if I was Boston. I think they need a center that spaces the floor more than anything. I mean, I guess he brings defense, but he's not even versatile. I feel like his play style is it's fading. Centers like him, you don't see them very often around the NBA. His play style is kind of fading. Him and Andre Drummond are players that aren't really built for the modern day NBA. So I don't know if the Boston Celtics do this trade. Utah received Gordon Hayward back. They received Daniel Tice and a plethora of picks. Number 14 pick, which could turn into something pretty valuable. Number 26 pick, you can always find a steal somewhere in that area. And the number 20 and 2023 first round pick, top 3 protected. I don't think Boston will be bad enough to get a top 3 pick that year, so I think that pick is safe. I think Utah does this in a heartbeat. Rudy Gobert, he's going to want the max. I don't think you give him the max, so getting him off the books and you get something in return, definitely a good idea. So if I'm Utah, I do this trade. If I'm the Celtics, I really don't do this trade. I don't think it's a good idea for them. Okay, and that brings us to the end of the article. What I think of this, what I think of the trades, the last 2 were kind of misses. The last 3 were kind of misses. The first 2 I think are definitely interesting, especially this Denver and New Orleans trade. I would really want to see this trade, honestly. I'm really high on this trade. I actually love this trade, honestly. The more that I think about it, the more excited it gets me. And Victor Oladipo to Miami. I mean, I love the fit. I don't know if it'll happen. So I think 1 out of 5 of these trades was spectacular. I love it. I love this trade. The other 4, especially the last 3, not so much. This first one, if it happens, cool, interesting. Does it make them a playoff team? I mean, does it make them a championship team? I don't know. That's something we'll have to wait and see. Overall, Zach Buckley, yeah, it was a decent article. What else can I really say? Other than that, guys, that's gonna be the end of the video. If you liked it, hit the button, hit the like button down below, subscribe, or don't if you don't feel like it. Otherwise, have a great day. It's been your boy Crunch Time, and I'll see you next time. Peace.